Hello friends, today I am going to tell you about Pushpa movie. About this movie, I will tell you the rise storyline, ending and what to expect in part 2. Then let's begin without delaying this video. If you are new in this channel, then please subscribe my channel and watch till the end. Pushpa, the rise that features Allu Arjun and Rasmika Madan in the main leads, is a Telugu language film directed by Sukumar. The plot of the movie revolves around a laborer, Pushpa, a truck driver who rises in power to become a Red Sanders smuggler. Pushpa is the name of the male protagonist, who is fearless and has a desire for ultimate power and wants to access control over everything. In his early years, Pushpa worked as a laborer. Despite the fact that Pushpa worked as a mill laborer, he did not believe in paying respect to the mill owner for providing him with a fair paycheck. He didn't labor for the sake of respect, he worked for the sake of money. As a result, the movie establishes his boldness from the very beginning. People around him knew he was going to make it big in life, so he joined Keshav in the hopes of making some additional money. While his mother is a widower, Pushpa had been denied of his father's name since his childhood, as he is born out of a wedlock. Hence he goes by the name Pushparaj, a man without surname. Being extremely connected to his mother, Pushpa was very fond of her for all the struggles he had to do to raise him. Now I will tell you how did Pushpa become the head of the syndicate. One day Pushpa decides to join a group of coolies in order to earn a livelihood who were responsible for providing the red sanders that were illegally transported from Sichalam Hills in Andhra Pradesh. When the herd when the herd-headed DSP Govindappa tries to bust this illegal activity, Pushpa uses his wit and intelligence and wins Reddy Brothers' trust. Pushpa comes up with a brilliant plan as he hides the red sander beneath a portion that carries milk, deceiving the police into thinking as if the truck is carrying only the milk. With the success of his plan, Pushpa earns the trust of Reddy Brothers, thus becoming a shareholder of their business, making way to prosperity and success in his life. Later a party, Pushpa realizes that Mangalam Srinu, manager and dealer of the Red Sanders syndicate, was cheating Reddy brother by paying them a lot less than the cut that he received for each turn. When Pushpa asks Srinu to increase their cut, he refuses to do so, which in turn motivates Pushpa to sell the supply directly to Chennai. He makes an agreement with Reddy Brothers to receive 50% of the shares as he sells suppliers worth 1.5 crores, yani ki 150 crores in Chennai. This move sparks anger in Srinu and he declares an attack on the Reddy brothers. Although Konda Reddy is shot, Jakka Reddy survives thanks to Pushpa. An infuriated Pushpa later retaliates to this by shooting Srinu's brother-in-law, thereby seeking justice for the Reddy brothers. All this creates a sense of distrust among the syndicate members. This is when MP Bhumi Reddy Naidu decides to kick in order to stabilize the situation. When all the members gather at Konda Reddy's funeral, Pushpa shares their woes to the MP and assures him that he had provided more cuts to MP if he was made the manager of the syndicate. It was then When Pushpa was declared as the new manager of the Red Sanders Syndicate. Pushpa and Srivalli's love story. Pushpa always had an eye on Srivalli, and she is unaware of the interest he had for her. When Srivalli couldn't take any hints, Keshav decides to kick in to steer their romance. It was when Srivalli and her friends decide to watch a Chiranjeevi movie, they realize they are short of money to buy the tickets. Keshav agreed to pay for the tickets, but under the condition that Srivalli makes eye contact with Pushpa and gives him a smile. Although Srivalli tells him that it was only for the movie tickets, the two fall in love eventually and both their families decide to get them married. When the two families finally meet, they furiously call off their wedding after learning about Pushpa's real identity and that he is an illegal son born out of a bedlock. But the two reunite when Reddy, youngest of the Reddy brothers, a womanizer, catches hold of Srivalli's father for treason and reveals that he had only freed him of Srivalli sleeps with him. It is then that Srivalli seeks Pushpa's help and confesses her true love for him. Pushpa in turn breaks the bones of Jali, which makes him unable to walk for 6 months. Although Pushpa is successful in freeing Srivalli's father, this entire situation births a new animosity between Jali Reddy and Pushpa. Now I will talk about what happens at the end. Who's Banwar Singh Shekhawat? Banwar Singh Shekhawat enters Pushpa's life when his professional and personal life is at full swing. Shekhawat, a new SP, is a tough nut to crack when Pushpa invites him to his wedding. He shows up there but instead handcuffs him and insults him for being born out of a bedlock. It's pretty clear Shekhawat wants to exercise full control over Pushpa. When Pushpa addresses him as Sir, he finally decides to let go of him, but under the condition that he had been given utmost respect and regular flow of money from the syndicate. It's weird to see Pushpa accepting all his orders and paying him all the respect, as it's very unusual of Pushpa to behave like that. But it's later discovered when Pushpa invites Shekhawat for a drink to celebrate his wedding day. After joining, Pushpa turns the table around when he deceives the SP and shoots himself in the hand, and at gunpoint asks the SP to undress himself as he does the same, to make him realize that without his police uniform he is worthless and no one will recognize him, and even without any clothes Pushpa shall receive the same amount of respect. It is clear by now that Pushpa had avenged the SP for insulting him at their first encounter by digging into his family history. With no choice left, Shekhawat leaves for his horse with barely any clothes on him. Upon reaching, his dog refuses to recognize him without his uniform, reminding him of what Pushpa had said. A furious Shekhawat shoots his dog dead, while Pushpa leaves for his wedding. Now, I will talk about what to expect in Pushpa 2. Needless to mention, the second part of the movie is declared right at the end of the movie. One can expect SP Shekhawat to seek revenge for his embarrassment, while we can also expect Jali Reddy plotting plans to destroy Pushpa. Along with them, Srinu is also expected to be waiting for the right time to attack Pushpa for snatching his business and killing his men. Overall, one can expect the second part to be more thrilling and action-packed, while it's only worthwhile to wait and see what Pushpa 2 has to unfold. Thanks for watching. For more this type of videos, please subscribe my channel.